The fall of Lucifer actually verifies the reality of God. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey, part 4 of our 5-part series, Foundations of Prophecy. And now we're going to pick up at the fall of Lucifer. This reality, historically, goes on to prove a greater history. And the fact that Lucifer fell from grace proves that there is a God. We talked about angels earlier in the series, and we were just looking at those angels who were faithful to God. But Revelation says that 1/3 of the angelic host actually fell with Lucifer. Their fall proves that the other 2/3 of angels all are servants of a very real and very loving God. In Ezekiel 28, recording the fall of Lucifer, he says of him, "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God." We already encountered that in chapter 3 when he was tempting Adam and Eve. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and the gold. Yes, the gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets, of thy pipes were prepared in the day that thou wast created. There we go. He was made. And in order for him to be made, he had to have a maker. Thou art the anointed cherub. He was a cherub angel that covereth. And I have set thee so that thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. So again, just like the faithful angels, the fallen angels, they have feet because they walk. Lucifer, Satan now, is even shown to have pipes. His musical acumen and his musical giftedness from God, it's testified to in scripture. He even had jewels in his very person. He didn't wear jewelry. He had jewelry embedded. He was something to behold. And that was his problem. He started to behold himself instead of beholding God and the Lamb. Hey family, if you really are being touched by what you're hearing, we appreciate you passing this on to someone else. Make sure you like this video. It helps others find it. Please subscribe to the channel so we can stay in touch. And by all means, we'd love to come to your church, your school, or your group. Just hit us up with an email. That's contact@changeministry.org. Because of this, he was cast out. That day where iniquity was found in him is a testament that there was a day that he was created. It goes on to say in verse 16, "By the multitude of thy merchandise they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned." Here is the fall. "Therefore I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire." There are a lot of ways that we can take reality, and some people choose to put their faith against God, or even that there is no God altogether. But if Lucifer himself is testified as a real being, it proves that the light bearer was a product of the light giver. And here it is. He was told to have sinned. He was recorded as sinning. In order for Lucifer to sin, then that means there has to be a law that predates us, a law that even predates our existence, a standard and a principle of living. That's the law of God. And even in that law of God, we see the love of God because he expels Lucifer. He could have destroyed him outright, but God chose to let him live so that all that he was claiming and all that he was accusing God of, it would be proven that God is love and the devil is a liar. And that's why God let sin play out so that we could see his salvation. One more person that testifies that God is real. His name was Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel 4:34. It says at the end of days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, this is his own testimony. I lifted up mine eyes unto heaven after he goes through what he goes through in chapter 4. If you don't know what he went through, read the beginning of chapter 4. He was brought down as an animal because of his pride. And after his time, his season as a beast, my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High. There he is. And I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth, that's us, are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, his army of angels, his army of other created beings. God is on the throne and among the inhabitants of the earth. That's us. God is on the throne. None can stay his hand, or saying to him, what you doing? Well, let me say what it says. What doest thou? God is so amazing that even the fall of Lucifer proves that he's still sitting on the throne.